guys, today I'm going to be sharing a review for you over a set of brushes. So I am a member of Octoly. If you're not familiar with what that is, Octoly is a site where YouTube content creators can go on, and depending on how many subscribers you have, there is an online store basically where you can go through, you can look at products that people are willing to send for free and then give them a reason why you might be interested in them. So I know that there's a whole bunch of different brands. I watch Bailey B, and she gets a lot of stuff from Octoly. She's gotten like Smashbox stuff before. There's a lot of different brands, but depending on how many subscribers you have different options to choose from. So this is the first thing that I've ever gotten from Octoly. I will leave a referral link down below if you guys are interested in checking out Octoly and you make YouTube videos. You can click on that and it'll take you to Octoly and you can go through there. So this is a review over some Bdellium brushes. So these are the Bdellium Smoky Eyes 5-piece brush set. So when they sent it, it came in this cute little package like this, and this is the one that is the green bamboo series. I've looked on their website before and they have a bunch of different colors of these bamboo series. So I know that they have pink and purple, I think they maybe have yellow, so they have a couple different colors if you want different colors. The thing that really stands out about this brush set is that it is 100% cruelty free, and so for those of you that have gone cruelty free, I know a bunch of you guys I've watched as YouTube creators. I watch a lot of you guys going cruelty free and talking about it on different platforms and things like that. And these are brushes that are 100% cruelty free, which is amazing. So they're made of bamboo handles that are sustainable. They're all vegan, soft, synthetic bristles as well. So if that's something that really is important to you, that's one good thing about this company. I've seen a lot of people talk about these brushes before, so I know that I've heard Coffee Break with Danny talks about them and things like that. I think that's where I first heard about them, and that's why I was so interested in trying them out. Like I said, this is a 5-piece brush set, so it comes with 5 brushes. It comes with the number 781B crease brush, the number 77B shadow brush, the number 769B angled contour brush, the number 760B liner and brow brush, and the 716B smoky eyeliner brush. I'm going to include right here my look for today. So I used some MAC shadows and a little bit of the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, and I'm going to show you guys how I used these brushes. So I use all 5 of them in this look, and then the shadows that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys right now. I usually start out my eye makeup by doing my brows first. So I'm using the 760 liner brow brush and Sable from the Lorac Pro palette, and just running that through my brows. So I make the areas that are a little less sparse a little bit denser, and then I like to work on the tail a little bit as well because it needs to go just a little bit further down and it's sparse in that area. Next, I'm going in with Stars and Rockets by MAC and the 777 shadow brush and putting that all over my lid. I'd already primed with the NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil in lavender underneath that to make it a little bit brighter. Then I'm going to blend out the crease. So I start by using Ho by MAC and the 781 crease brush, and this is the part that really took me the longest. This was the thing that I struggled with the most because it took a lot of effort to really make this blend out the way that I wanted to. I like to have a really blended eyeshadow look from my crease to my brow bone, and so you'll see me going in a lot and then also using my finger. Next, I'm going to go in with Cranberry by MAC, and I'm going to use the angled contour brush, which is the 769 brush, and I'm going to blend that into the outer corner and into the crease a little bit. Then I'm going back in to blend a little bit more, so I put a little bit more of Ho back onto my crease brush, and I'm just working that into the crease again to blend out Cranberry a little bit, and then keep working on that. Then I'm going in with my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. I'm using Foxy all over the brow bone, and I'm just using my finger to blend that out and almost blend it into the crease a little bit because I wasn't happy with how the look was blending. Since I still wasn't quite happy with how that was looking, I decided to go back in with Walk of Shame from that same palette, which is a flesh tone color, and I'm going in with the crease brush again, and then I'm using that and my finger to kind of blend it out to make it a little bit more seamless of a transition. After all that blending, I lost some of the color, so I'm going back in with the shadow brush and Stars and Rockets and brightening up the purple a little bit, and then I'm going in with my finger, and I'm using the color Floof from MAC to brighten up the inner corner. Then I went ahead and lined my eyes using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil off camera. Then I'm going in with the 716 Smoky Eyeliner brush, and then I'm kind of mirroring what I did up top. So I'm blending Cranberry into the outer corner, and then I'm going to go in with Ho and put that kind of from the middle of my eye out. And then because I didn't feel like it was as bright as I wanted it to be, I also added Stars and Rockets back on top of all of it. So this is a close-up of the look without mascara, and then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express Mascara and the CoverGirl Supersizer Mascara and layer those, and then this is the finished look using the Bdellium tools on my eyes. As I use these brushes, one of my favorite things about them is the size of these brushes. So these are pretty small and very travel friendly. So it's not like they are big and bulky, and a lot of brush handles don't need to be that long. All you really need is this top part. So these would be really great for traveling. That's one thing that's really nice. So when you pack them up, it's not like they're gonna take up a ton of space, and they probably won't get too damaged on the tops and things like that because you won't have to try to shove them into anything. They will just nicely fit. You could even take them in like this type of container and they'd go fine and they'd be fine. As I worked with these brushes, there were 3 that I really liked, and there were 2 that I was kind of iffy about. And one of the ones that I really liked, I was kind of surprised by. So the brush that really stood out and surprised me was the Bdellium Tools 769 brush, which is the angled contour brush. And this one is really great for putting into your outer corner and blending into the crease. One thing that I know about myself personally is when I tend to do my outer corner, if I'm using just like a blending brush like this one, I can get really messy with it, and I like it to be just right around the eye line. I don't like it to go too far outside of my eye line here because that's just not a look that I go for. So when I use these, I tend to blend out too far, and this one is actually really perfect for just dotting right in here and then blending up and not being too messy. So I was really surprised that I liked this one because this was one of the ones that I looked at and I was like, I don't know when I will ever use that or how to use that, but it actually turned out way better than I expected it to. So this was actually probably one of my favorites from the collection because it was a good purpose, and I don't have anything else like this, so I think this is a perfect one to just kind of blend into the crease, and I'm really, really happy with this one. The other one that I really liked was the 777 tool, which is the shadow tool. It's the perfect size for my lid space, so it works really well just to pat on color onto your lid and work it over. It would maybe work okay for blending out. I didn't really try it that much. I didn't blend out into my crease or anything like that, but it was really perfect for packing shadow onto the lid area. And you could also use it underneath your brow bone really easily as like a highlighting too. I personally didn't use that because I tend to use my fingers that way, but you definitely could. So you could use color on one side and then flip it over and use the other side for like brow bone highlight, and it would work perfectly for that because it's not too big and it's not too small. The other brush that I liked okay, it wasn't one of my absolute favorites, but I liked it okay, was the 716, which is the Smoky eyeliner brush. So one of my favorite things to do with my makeup now is I tend to line it with a pencil liner, and then I smudge it out with the colors that reflect what I did on the top. So you'll see in my little demo, I did cranberry on the outer corner, and then I blended in Ho in because that's where I used my crease, and then I went back over with Stars and Rockets and kind of blended that into the bottom lash line, so it makes it all a little bit smokier, which I really like to do. My problem with this brush is I wish it was just a little bit more stiff. I found it a little bit hard to really smoke out that bottom lash line because it just moved around so much. I wish it were just a touch stiffer because it would make it easier to blend out. So this one was okay. It worked for my purposes. I could get it there eventually, but it took a lot more effort than I would like to try to blend out that bottom lash line and make it smoky like I usually do. So this one is okay. It does work, but it wasn't my favorite ever. So the 2 that I struggled with just a little bit were the 781 crease brush and then the 760 liner and brow brush. I don't tend to do like liquid eyeliner or gel eyeliner. I use pencil eyeliner, and I don't really need an angled liner for that. So this in my demo, you'll see that I used it in my brows. Sometimes I go in with a brow brush like this, and then I use Sable from the Lorac Pro palette, and then I just put that over my brows. So in this one I did that, and then I put the Benefit Gimme Brow over top of that. I think they worked pretty well. They look fine. This functions, but again, my main issue with it is that I wish it were just a little bit more dense and stiff. So this one, it tends to wiggle around a lot. Then it makes it really hard to make it precise in your brows or even your liner. I wish it were just a little bit stiffer, and that would make it a lot easier. Again, it serves its purpose just like the Smoky liner brush. It works, you can get it done, but it isn't really as easy as if you had a stiffer brush. So that was my main complaint about a few of these brushes, is I wish it was just a little bit stiffer, but it does serve the purpose, it gets it done. It just takes a little bit more effort, I think. And then the last brush here is the crease brush. Again, this is another one of those, it works, it gets the job done, but it takes a little bit more effort. So you'll see in my demo, as I'm working this into the crease, I used Ho, and then I ended up mixing in a little bit of soft brown in. So I put that in the crease, and this is a really good shape for the crease. I think it works really well for that. But I found for whatever reason, I ended up getting like way above the crease over here every time. And I don't know why, if that's just me not pulling it in far enough, because this does kind of taper to the top. And so that might just be my fault not being used to that. So I found that it always just struggled in this area, not blending out right. And I found that it took me a little bit more time to blend with this brush. So I ended up going in with a couple of colors from my Naked Basics to really blend it out and make it look thoroughly blended, because with this brush by itself I couldn't get to the thoroughly blended piece where I really wanted it to be. I ended up using my finger a little bit to blend it in up here. It just took a little bit more effort. So out of this, there were 2 brushes that I absolutely loved that I thought were great, and then there were 3 brushes that served their purpose They got the job done, but they weren't as easy as I would have liked it to be. So this set of brushes is $27 total for all 5 brushes, which is a pretty good price for 5 cruelty-free, synthetic, good bamboo brushes that are sustainable. I would say it's a good price for that. I definitely think these are great for travel. They're really great size. I think they can work. They all are good brushes. They just require a little bit more effort than I'm used to putting in with like blending out and things like that. So I really did like the brushes, and I'm glad that I got to try them out. I was really interested in them, and I'm sure some of them will get worked into my everyday routines, but not all of them are my favorites ever, just because it took a little bit more effort than I would have liked. So I ended up really liking the look that I came out with from this. But I just wish, especially on those 3 brushes that I mentioned, that they were just a little bit stiffer. And this one's not even that it's stiff. I think part of that is my operator error. Like the tapering is just different than I'm used to, and so I think I make it a little bit messier up here. But it just takes a lot more time to really blend it out. This one, rather than being a little bit stiffer, I wish were a little bit fluffier, I think, because then I think it would be easier to blend in this area. But I really did enjoy trying them out. I'm glad I got to try them out. So if you guys are interested in checking out these brushes, I will leave the link for those down below so you can check that out. So again, these are the Bdellium Smoky Eyes 5-piece brush set, and this is the Green Bamboo series. So I'll leave that link down below if you guys are curious. I will leave Octoly, where I got this product review for free, down below, so I will leave that link down there, and my referral link if you guys are interested in checking it out and you make YouTube videos. It's definitely worth it. They have a lot of interesting products that come up, so if you create videos, it's a great way to get products that you can review for free rather than spending your money and trying them out, or to try out things that you might not try out otherwise. Like Bdellium is an interesting brand that I don't have access to easily around me, so I'm so glad I got to try them out, because otherwise I'm not easily able to come across them. So it's a great way to try those out. That is it for my review for the Bdellium Smoky Eyes 5-piece brush set. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have had any experiences with Bdellium tools, I would love to know that in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.